Please come in. My name's Chris. How are you?
Hi, Carolyn.
Take a seat. So how's the weather out there?
Oh, it's crazy. I can't believe it's in the middle of May and it's hailing. I just don't believe it.
It's Massachusetts for you.
I know.
So my name's Chris, like I said. I'm going to be asking you a few questions. I'll talk about 8 to 10 minutes. At the end of that time, you can ask me some questions you have, any concerns, and relax. I'm not that bad of an interviewer. So let's get started. So why do you want to work at this school?
Braintree is a place that I have looked at very in depth, and I agree with many of the philosophies here. I know one of the big things at your school district is the word pride, or for you, it's the acronym. So I agree thoroughly with many of the aspects of the word pride, and especially the two that stick out for me are the I, which is involvement. So involving myself and my classroom in the community, getting out there and doing my part is a huge thing about what I love to do. I love getting out there, working with the kids outside the classroom and working with the community. The D in pride, as you know, is diversity. Diversity is a great thing in our nation. Everyone's different. Everyone has come from their own background. It's something that we all are diverse from one another, and something that is always should be like enhanced in the school. And the fact that you guys are people that put that first is great in my eyes.
Okay. So then what's your philosophy in teaching in a diverse classroom?
I feel like everyone needs to realize that you're going to be there. Everyone's diverse. We all come from different backgrounds, whether it be race or ethnicity or culture or economics. We're all going to be diverse, and making sure that everyone in your classroom feels like they're special, or feels that they're in the room, they're all equal, they all are worth something to you. That's a very important thing. You need to be able to bring their backgrounds into the classroom, whether it be showing someone that maybe lives on a farm how chemistry relates to them, or whether showing someone how living in the city works with them.
Okay. So I see you worked at one of the branches of Job Corps, and I understand it's a pretty diverse place. Is that where you learned this diversity training or such?
It's actually one of my biggest volunteer jobs, working with diversity. I got to tutor kids in math there, and working there was actually a culture shock for me. It was my first big experience in diversity, because in my high school and in the college I graduated from, SUNY Oneonta, it's a very ethnically white school, and I had never been in a place where I was a minority. But stepping into Job Corps, it showed me that could be a minority in this place, and that teaching minority kids can be different and in ways more difficult than teaching an all-white population. And I think it gave me experience in that.
So you tutored in math. Do you have a strong math background because of chemistry?
Yeah, I actually had to take all the way up to Cal 3 in college, due to my chemistry background. So I'd say I have a very good calculus and math base under me.
Sounds like it. So when it comes to chemistry, what is your favorite field of chemistry to study?
I love studying reactions and equilibrium. I love seeing how things play out, or whether they even will play out. I like to do hands-on labs with that, and that's one of my favorite things to do with the kids, is to have them do labs to see whether things will react with one another, or whether they won't, or how far they will react with one another.
Now, of course, we love labs as chemistry teachers, but just hypothetically, what would you do if you were teaching a lab and maybe there was an unfavorable reaction? Maybe a student got an acid or something on themselves?
Well, if anything goes wrong in lab, one of the first things you have to tell your students in a classroom is that they need to be comfortable notifying you as a teacher. So if anything were to happen, I would make sure that the kids know they need to notify me right away. And then I would do whatever I could. So if someone got acid on them, for example, you would rush them calmly but efficiently, rush them to the acid shower, and you would shower them off and get their clothes off so that the reaction does the acid or base or whatever was spilled doesn't react unfavorably with their clothes. And you would want to make sure that they're completely washed and everything gets cleaned up as soon as possible, and that they know that it wasn't their fault and that they shouldn't be penalized for what happened.
I said the last point, it's not their fault. So, how would you describe your ability to work with others?
I have a lot of experience in the teamwork aspect. I was on a cross country team for 3 years in high school and 4 years in college. I was a member of this team and it was basically they were my family. We worked well together. Cross country is a huge team sport, even though many people don't know it as that. We had to do everything for each other. Everything we did, every decision we made would affect the team and what the outcome came to. So I learned that whatever I put in is what the team got out. So I learned that everything I did would affect the team and that I had to do everything in my power to help the team.
So then, what is your greatest accomplishment in life, do you think?
So far in my life, I would say it's definitely graduating from college. I got a double major in chemistry and education, and that was a huge deal for me. Being able to say that all my hard work throughout college was worth it. Basically, walking across that stage and being able to say I did it was a great feeling.
It really is. So, just wondering, what inspires you to work with kids?
I've worked with kids ever since I was a young child myself. My neighbors are a lot younger than me, so when I was raised, I was kind of raising them as like a very younger sibling. So it was always me loving to hang out with them and play with them and make games up with them. And when I was in high school, actually, I took a class where I got to help run a nursery program, and we worked with 2 and 3 year olds, and that was my first real experience with kids. And I just love seeing their faces light up when you like teach them something new or like they learn to write their name. It's just a great thing to watch a child's face light up.
Yes. So, do you have any questions for myself?
Well, I was just wondering how the faculty here relates to one another and how they get along.
Everyone gets along pretty well. The joke around here is the chemistry department has very good chemistry. Thank you for laughing at my joke. Everybody gets along well. They see each other outside the classroom occasionally. Have fun on the weekends. Not too much fun, but go out for a beer. You know. Everybody's pretty young. We're all we're all under 40, so nobody's too old. And everybody just gets along really well here.
All right, so I just have one more question. How are the kids at the school? Are they motivated to come in to the classroom?
The kids really do love coming here. It's kind of an anomaly. They enjoy their time in the school. Just the teachers are so great here that the kids don't mind coming every day. And they come in motivated, excited, and eager to learn new things every day.
Okay, that's good.
So that's all the questions you have for me. Be contacting you in the next week. We'll let you know how our search has gone. We'll let you know if you've got the job or if we passed it on to somebody else. Thanks for coming in. I wish you the best of luck.
All right, thank you.